Alright guys, we're out here at the garden. It's still raining like crazy. I said in a previous video we're up here in Massachusetts, the Northeast. Been getting hammered with rain lately. So we're kind of just taking a little look at the garden here. And while we're here, I want to talk to you guys about why we do raised garden beds. Part of that is knowing your terrain, your land, your soil, and how water is going to move. Because when I pan down here, do you see my swimming pool here? Now, I do have potatoes here at ground level. I have been meaning to make this little area here in the middle, I've been meaning to make this into a raised garden bed, which is going to happen next year, so it'll be in the middle. Then I can kind of do some arched trellises in between, which will be really cool. But we've got a high water table here and we got clay soil, which means it does not drain well at all. So that means I have a swimming pool where my potatoes are, which is kind of not cool. I think the potatoes might be able to withstand it. We might have some potato mold because of this when we go to harvest, but I think they might be okay. After all, you can literally soak potatoes in water to form your initial growth, your slips. Same with sweet potato. So they will be able to endure this way better than anything else. That's why we do the raised garden beds. Because anything else, this much saturation, the plants will not be happy with. In fact, they'd rather be too dry than too wet. Well, we're back at the garden bed. And look at this. We've got a river coming out. Now, I did a previous video a little while ago before it all drains out. Let's look at where all this water's coming from. Look at this. Look at all this. I'm sure I'm going to have to unplug my little drainage hole there. And I am going to put in something more permanent as well when I have a chance, maybe when it's not so waterlogged. But man, let this be a lesson as to why, for example, we do raised garden beds. Now granted, the actual garden bed itself did help in keeping the water in, which also means that's probably good on the inside because whatever rains in there is being kept in, which is what we want. We don't want to lose the water going into our actual garden bed. But there's all clay soil and it's a high water table, and when it rains a lot, you get a lot of water buildup, which is why we never did, gardening level with the ground here. We always did raised garden beds. This is actually some of a new thing. We did our potatoes here. I initially wanted to do a like a 6 foot by 6 foot raised garden bed here in the middle and have some more of these arched trellises that kind of connect at the back, the left, and the right over here. But I just didn't get around to it before the growing season this year. And this wouldn't really be too much of an issue if I had gotten that here. Because honestly, this would act as kind of like a man-made swale if it just kept water like that with this garden bed in the middle. But with things actually planted here, all that water buildup is just going to drown the roots. And we'll have either dead plants or significantly stunted growth and potentially even rot. Even though these are potatoes, they can deal with more moisture than a lot of other plants, but they still need oxygen, and they will rot when there's an abundance of water and a deficit of oxygen. So something to bear in mind. Know your property and your soil and what you're dealing with and where it pools, where it flows, things of that nature. So hey, well, until next time.